I just switched over to Rage, so we're gonna kind of see what we can learn here. I've been running a few loadouts. I ran all of these that cause plasma burn against each other, and violence does deal more damage than all these others that cause the plasma burn. Now, I am still experimenting with the loadouts and stuff, but this is so far what I'm on. It's not been as easy as some of the others. I'm not too used to the combos, and I'm learning them very quickly though. So let's see what we can get here. Now I just now threw the Galling Eruption in. That actually has a really nice feel to it. Uh, your number 5 is coming off as soon as you're done with number 4, and on the second way around, it's so close that it looks like it's not even gonna make it. That's actually, I mean, that's hitting 409k damage, and you know, Rage is all about the from everything that I've really looked up a lot. It gets tons of damage from the Eye of Gemini and using the supercharge that it has. So we're gonna run this loadout here with the, I think it's Berserk is the one we're using. Yeah, I was thinking about Infuriate. The critical attack chance and critical attack damage. But this one just seems overpowering. I mean, to me, it seems like it's just gonna go crazy. So we're gonna fully boost up, and we're gonna see what we can do with Rage. Now that my fully boosting up is Supply Drop, Trinket, and Soda, and then Berserk. Then I'm gonna start the loadout. Okay, guys. I think that's enough there. Now I was hitting some crazy numbers. One supercharge with big gun on munitions hits roughly 750 to 800k. That was what I was getting with boost using big gun, and using boost with the Berserk, I just hit this much here. Over a million, you know, 1,059,000. So that is really good with a low supercharge. Now I don't even have my my base mods in yet. Like I said, I just now switched powers, so I've not even got to go over there yet. I saved my loadout, and that was it. Not the loadout, I just saved it so my skill points were on there. So we're gonna go, and we're gonna go see what mods to put in now. I've been working on this loadout for about 2 hours now. So yeah, about the past 2 hours now, I've been messing around with this loadout, and I think that's going to be about the best we've come up with, because I've been through uh, so many different things that I think I'm ready to call it that this is probably going to be the best damage that I can get right now. And if anyone knows better, anything better or something, just leave a comment or message me in game and let me know, and I will credit you in the video if anything helps. Alright, so let's get to these base mods. Now, I wasn't noticing really any problem with power, but I think we are going to go ahead and we're just going to take one out of everyone and re-choose everything so we can get a feel and a see for it. Alright, we're going to start with weapons. Like I was saying, I really didn't have any problem with power, and I ran the loadout multiple times, and I still had over about 75% of my power, so I don't think there's really any of these that are going to make a big difference, but I'm going to go with the replenishing adapter, mainly for if my healer is out of power, I can give them a power boost. You could also go with the restorative also. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have that little bit of extra healing. Alright, helmet. So we are using the Berserk. So that's what we're going to try to look for, the Berserk. Pretty sure they have one. Here we go. Berserk 3. Of course, with this, we definitely want the escalating might. Now the chest, 2% extra damage. I think I'm going to stick with the penetrating strikes. It just, I've tried running them against each other by taking multiple mods into different things with me, and it's so hard to really tell. It's almost like you can't even really tell a difference, but if you take it completely out and you put something else in there, then it you can tell the difference then, that you're missing something because your damage goes down. Okay, I'm not sure which one we should use here. Plasma Wretch? No. I'm pretty sure we use Redirected Rage. I don't think this is going to be a big thing at all. What was that for? Oh, the back, okay. Yeah, it's just accelerated power. I don't think there's anything really too much needed. Now we'll need max damage with the hand. That's any damage. It don't matter which one. It's any damage. Revenge, Plasma Wretch, or Lacerate. I don't think we have any of those on here. I guess we have the Lacerate. I don't know why I was thinking I was thinking of something else. I don't know. New power, still learning it. Alright, feet mod really don't matter. Like I said before, I go with the helpless duration. I'm not really too sure what it actually does, but I think what it does is make the enemies helpless, so that way they can be controlled. So that's why I usually go with that. And it also it knocks them away from you, and that could give you enough time to drink a soda or whatever it is you have to do. And my might is 43k, and that's no boost at all on there. So yeah, this loadout here is, so far, it's the best one that I've came up with. Now I do have the robot sidekick, but I probably won't be using the robot sidekick, honestly. I think it would just be too much of a hassle, and it may trap me in by the boss, and I'm going to attempt to stay more behind the boss and away from it. Whenever it's got a school, I'm gonna try to hop away and then hop back in. I'm gonna figure this out, but I'm gonna try to make it to where this melee is going to actually mean something. So now we're gonna test out our loadout that we just made. We'll run just whatever we can come up with. I'll queue up for several things. We are waiting for some queues and stuff. We are going to we'll try something out. What I was talking about just earlier, the chest mods. We want to see which one actually does the most damage just here versus one target in my base. So we'll see what we can get here. Okay, so about 155k, let's say. Alright, now this one's to gain additional 2% damage. So 156274. That was our last number. I'm gonna run that one, just see how it compares there. So the numbers I was saying to remember, I think there were 156, I believe. Pretty sure they were 156. Yeah, right here, 156274. So everything from here down. So I'm actually getting more damage with the 2% damage, but this is a sparring target, so it's really hard to tell. So I think we might stick with this, gain the additional 2% damage. Now, I was also thinking about this here because Berserk is given tons of damage. Okay, so I wanted to see, now that we have this mod in, we'll go ahead and we'll run another like 2 rounds or so. Then we'll see what we get without the mod in, to see if we can make up for more Berserk time. Okay, so 171k damage. Let's go ahead and throw this in. Let's see what we can get with basically no type of damage boost in the chest at all. Now this would be mainly just for seeing if we can get Berserker to pop more often than without the extra 5% boost every 30 seconds. I mainly just want to see what the damage is going to hold up to without the extra boost. And we're going to go ahead and give this a couple runs. I am actually not seeing very much damage difference at all. See, I had 156k with using the defense penetration, and then with the 2% buff, I was getting about 178k. So it stayed right in between there with that, with this chest mod in. So I actually think that this may be the better choice, is going with the supercharge ability to restore 5% every 30 seconds, because you can just keep on using Berserk over and over. You're going to be doing hella damage. I mean, I was getting over 1,000,000 damage using it on spawning targets. So with Omega and everything going, I could see hitting 1.5 mil pretty easy. So I think we're going to stick with this here, and still no Qs, is still not popped. So I guess I'll see you guys whenever one pops up. The event version of the Arc Raid, I found that penetrating strikes actually is dealing more damage than the additional 2% damage, and it is also doing more damage in the long run than what it is with the 5% supercharge for your boost on Berserker. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit about the loadout, kind of what I found, and explain the reasons to why. Now, here in where Galling Eruption is, Relentless Anger fits, and it gives pretty good SC for you to run Berserker more often. But the time it takes to get the SC built up by using that one power, you are actually losing out in a lot of damage. And at first I wasn't thinking Galling Eruption was hitting that much, and I started to realize that me throwing Relentless Anger in here, let me kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about, be a little easier to explain this way. So if you watch how I'm using my powers down here, you're hitting with that one, and then you're going to these. Whenever it's done, you're going back to Relentless. It's not hitting very much damage, and it's taking that much time out to use that power. So the time it takes you to do that, you could already have been hitting with your maces again, getting ready to spin. Now, with Galling Eruption, I'll show you why I'm talking about the reasons why it is actually a little better. You're mainly going to be melee, so you're pretty much nothing but melee with this loadout. So you're going to be right up on them. So distance really isn't a thing with Galling Eruption in this. So this is how it plays out with this. Now, if you notice, I just go straight into this for a second rotation, and it's giving me that much more damage because of those extra couple of seconds knocked out, doing bigger damage instead of doing just one. You see down there 231k damage, and that's with no buff at all, no buffs at all. So yeah, this is the better loadout. out of everything that we've went over in the video and stuff, this so far is the best that I have figured out. Now, I will be trying other things, and you know, my friends, they sometimes come out of nowhere and say, you know, this power hits really hard, and I'll be throwing it into my loadout trying to work it in there, and you know, I'll see if I can figure something out with it. And so if there's any updates on this loadout, then I will post some more videos. So, you know, quickly I'm gonna just go over here. Violence, severe punishment, the galling eruption, outrage, lacerate. Now Berserker is the SC that I use. Costs 5,000. You get it back pretty quick. And whenever you deal damage with outrage and lacerate, it's doubling all the hits. So you're hitting twice for every one time that you would hit without Berserk. You add that damage up, you do a lot of damage. I mean, there was points and times on there I was hitting like 1.4 million damage in groups of enemies with using Berserker running just them two, not having to worry about Relentless Anger. And with Relentless Anger, you know, I was still getting about 1 million, but it was not near as good of damage. So anyways, this